All right. Let's see. In which case, upon finishing, upon finishing your last mission of defeating the evil, the calamity of the calamity from the sky, Urzine. You make your way back. You made your way back to town. Um, settling the issues that arose from. Settling the issues that arose from the impersonating druids and the issues that had been going on in regards to theft and all sorts of other acts of acts of ruinous nature. Um, after that was completed, there's a 2 day rest before well, not 2 day rest. You still have like classes the next day, but 2 days between then and what is going to transpire today. What is there?
What level are we?
Don't have my sheet open quite yet. 9.
Okay, just making sure I'm on the right level. Cool. Carry on.
Yeah. Cool. In which case, you guys, is there anything anything that folks will be doing for those for those 2 days that they have? It's typical class day. So start class by 8. Start class by 8, done by around about 3.
Okay. In that case, what I'll be doing is like after class times, I will actually be managing my clothing store because I kind of need to do that. It can't just be closed all the time.
Wait, you have a clothing store?
Yeah. I run a clothing and jewelry shop. I can also do custom clothing for a bit extra.
But if I'm summoned, I get the stuff for free from your shop, right?
As a supporter of the heroes of the other world, if you want to come and take stuff off the rack, you can. Keep in mind, I tend to work with you, though.
I know. I was kidding.
Do you offer military discount?
25% off.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Kiaz is going to be doing anything all that different. Probably after the craziness that we've had the last couple of days, trying to stick in the books and avoid getting in trouble for us having been out. Anyone else?
Anything that you'd be doing, Chris?
Let's see. Definitely working with people for new security protocols involving Pierre's character, since apparently her backstory found her already, even though the whole point was that she was supposed to be safe here. Also, probably working with the people to just make sure we cleaned up everything in the aftermath of the Druid incident.
Okay. I'll say for you, Chris, anything in particular?
He's not doing much.
All right.
And your feet are cold.
Why do you think I'm wearing a sweatshirt? It's cold.
Look at me. I'm the one using the clothes.
All right. I'm gonna say, which case, for, I'm gonna say, let's see, David running your shop, actively running your shop. So,
Wait.
let's see. Could you make me a persuasion roll?
Okay, one moment. Persuasion roll. Okay. I'm just gonna drop myself so I can click my button. Where is it? There it is. I have it as a clickable thing here. Okay. Okay. Persuasion 27.
Okay.
You have to use a macro for because I had class things adjusting the rolls in ways that the sheet itself is like, I don't want to do that. So
Okay.
yay. I will mark 4 gold off of that to expend my to cover my living expenses, including keeping the shop open.
All right.
Silver. And all the copper. Okay. Cool.
All right. So, in which case, doing that, I'll say, for Nimbus, you do, you do have this, you do have this conversation with the town's guard and the spell crafters who are in charge of having in charge of the security and everything of this place. They seem, some of them seem to be the guards, at least, the regular beat, the regular like beat guards seem to be along the lines of, we don't know what you're talking about. No one could have possibly have gotten in here, even though at the same time they do partially acknowledge the fact that this whole druid thing was something that they probably should have caught, but they don't believe that something that big should have gotten through. The mages, however, do seem a bit more perturbed about the concept because they felt as if what they had done should have been good enough to keep something like that from happening. They seem to be of the belief that possibly some sort of magic that they aren't familiar with resulted in this. If I remember correctly, you handed the tome that you guys found over to the library and everything to study, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. All right. So they're going to be looking through that. They're going to be looking through that, seeing if there is some sort of I'll say something in there that could possibly be related. Is it possibly they seem to be of the impression that the Demon King possibly did something or use some sort of forbidden magic. That's pretty much the only assumption they can come up with. They're uncertain as to what's going on, but they seem to be of the idea that he did, I'll say he, she, whatever, did something to bring them here to cause disruption. But if you have any suggestions, or if you come up with any suggestions, they say to feel free to come to them. At the moment, they're fairly stumped.
All right.
But I'll say at the moment, the most they can think of to do is to try to reinforce the spell, maybe reinforce the protective spells that they have, maybe put another layer over top of it.
Well, reinforcing it would be good. Maybe double check that the alarms or whatever, alerts that go with the barriers, weren't tampered with or disabled.
Yeah, and they, I'll say to an extent, will allocate what few resources they have to see if they can figure out if there's a mole.
That would be the other
of,
thing to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a mole or some sort of agent already in the city, which is something that they recognize that they take a risk of every time they let a quote refugee into the city. They try to scan them, scout them, and make sure that they're reputable. But after what happened with this whole thing with the druids, as much as they don't want to turn people away, they do understand that at this point, for the safety of people who are already here, they might have to be a bit more stringent.
I mean, notice I have to turn them away, but maybe have some kind of quarantine center or something. Just let them hang out for a week or two and then let them in.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea that's kind of an idea that's been pitched since this that you'll find out around like day 2, that they're thinking of building like a small quarantine area outside of the city walls that they can put people at while they are interrogated. But as they said before, it was like outside the city walls is dangerous. So that would have to involve some sort of task crew to go out and kind of, for lack of a better term, scrub the area outside the gates to kind of give them more leverage and area to work with outside the gate, because pretty much anytime you step outside the gate, even you guys going out into the woods, as you saw, can be pretty dangerous for the average person.
I'm willing to help with that effort if they, want my assistance.
Okay. They will, I'm gonna say they are willing to accept your assistance, but they are not willing to allow you to leave school to do it.
Oh, no. This would be on my own time. Yeah, I figured that much.
Okay. So, all right. Other than that, you guys will be, you guys will be starting the school day. Feel free to place yourself in whatever seat that you like. As per
Good
usual,
doggo.
That's you. That's not me. Hold on.
let's say, as per usual, some of the norms are here. Some of the norms are here. Jib Jib is sitting in the front, as per usual, eager to learn. Clifford is in the back snoring already.
Unlike the previous times that he's been seen recently, Moonlit Whisper actually looks refreshed and not haggard and super hungry.
Yaz is sitting on the front row next to Jib Jib.
Okay. Jib Jib will look at you and say, it was like, yes. It was like, friend Kiaz, how are you today? She will eagerly extend her hand to you.
He will shake it and be like, I am good friend Jib Jib.
Oh my God, yay, we are friends. He'll turn and look at Moonlit Whisper and was like, we are friends now. Did you see?
Very, very good. It's very good. Nice. Always nice to always good to have more friends.
Yay. And I'll say, it was she will say, it was like some of friends are not here today. Do not knows where they went.
Huh.
They went out drinking.
You will notice that Seth, Minerva, and Frabix are not here.
Huh.
I wonder where Seth went.
For the boy.
I'll say in their place, you do see. I'll say in their place, you do see Kiosh, who was the I'll say Kiosh was the one who was being mind controlled and running through. I'll say mind controlled and leading River through the town previously.
May I make an insight roll? Just kind of, kind of glance over at her and see if she's, shall we say, recovering well from the mind control.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, 24.
Sort of feeling guilty. Yeah, she seems pretty normal.
Okay.
And I'll say you can see like a little bit of lingering guilt, kind of like the I need to study harder, work harder, so that something like that doesn't happen again.
Okay. Judging by her, judging by her image here, was she like a brawler type?
I'll say,
Actually, you've probably seen her in combat training, I'd imagine.
yes. Seems to be more of a, I'll say, seems to be kind of a monk type and something else. Not fully certain.
Okay.
I'll say, you can tell she has some semblance of magical prowess, but it is secondary to her hand-to-hand.
Okay. I have an idea of what I would like to make her then, but that'll take some extra time. What was her name again?
Kiosh.
Kiosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm being super in character right now.
It always helps. Must say helps to build XP for you guys. So.
There we go.
Looks human, yeah.
You said what now?
Looks human, yeah.
Does she look human?
Yeah.
She's like half elf.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there is a slight point to the ears there.
Oh, damn, got something down.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that's. I don't mean to hold things up. That is I have my
Uh-huh.
notes down, and I will keep that in the back of my mind for downtime activities.
Okay. I'll say before class starts, is anyone else doing anything doing anything involving the other people who are currently in class? You currently have
No, I'm
5.
good.
Okay. I'll say I know Kiaz is engaging with Jib Jib. Lachlan, are you doing anything at the moment? I'll say I know you've taken your seat and everything. Is there anything you plan on doing?
He's just having a snack before
Okay.
class. He does not like to be in the front, but the second row feels comfortable for him.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So we have Doctor Strange presiding.
I'll say there's a there's a low pitch, I'll say a low pitch exasperated groan that comes from the row behind you. Doesn't seem directed at you. It just seems to be like in general. Like after everyone walked in, he just kind of seems very
Everything
say
okay, sir?
he'll kind of you look over in his direction.
Well, yeah.
He'll kind of look at you out of the side of his eye. It is this guy.
Ah,
Yeah, he had a bit of a verbal spat with River in the library.
not sure if I was there for that.
No, you guys weren't there for it. I'll say all you guys had already ran off. Um, um, I'll say this one in the front will turn, look at you, smile. I'll say will kind of give like a quick smile, kind of do like a light wave, and then turn back around.
Oh, hey, it's that's was it Lady D?
I must say, yes, she is. She's referred to herself as. She only gave the name D so far. I'll say she's the one who I believe some of you were a bit skeptical about because when she was summoned here, she was the only person who didn't seem surprised at the concept of the summoning, and almost seemed as if she was just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, she's the sus one.
I'll say seemed way too eager for the concept of the summon. I was like, oh, sweet, finally happened. Sweet, we're here. Now what? All right. In which case, after rifling through his papers, after rifling through his papers, your class today is being taught by High Mage Yormander.
Oh, Amanda. Okay.
He'll look at you all. Well then, he's like, well then, this is. He's gonna look at the class. He's like, hmm. How many of you actually know how to cast spells?
Kiaz raises his hand.
This raises his.
1 second. I should have had
I'm pretty
this.
sure I have both in this game. Hold on.
Yeah, you have a very small selection of them. You can have them.
I am. Okay, something I don't have. Okay. Yes, I'll raise my hand.
I'll say, Clifford will snore in response. He'll kind of and I'll say, ISO in the back will just roll his eyes, but he won't respond. Lachlan, do you raise your hand?
Yes, he does raise a hand.
Okay. You notice that D does not raise her hand. And I'll say so. But Kyosh raises her hand kind of like halfway. Unsure if what she can do even counts as spell casting. He's gonna say, oh, well, he was like, well, most of you at least seem to be capable of it. All right then. In which case, he's gonna look around. He's like, He was like, seem to have two strays today that should be here. He's gonna look over at you, Nimbus. He was like, do you know where Miss River is?
Point of order. I thought River was her. She's using an alias here.
Yeah, Artemis is.
Artemis. That's right. Let's see. So I can never remember if she's using River as the alias or Artemis as the
Artemis is the alias, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, just the players say River because that's the first name they actually see.
I'll say, you know where Miss Artemis is?
On Deep Space Nine, or Agent Double booked her. Oh.
Shit.
Yes. In character, would Nimbus know where she is since she's in Mark mode?
Probably doing what she does most of the time, which is trying to skip classes.
Not specifically. I imagine she's around somewhere.
Of course. He'll kind of roll his eyes a bit. I'll say, seeing as how she's been doing that in game, I'm just going to use that as the in character reason why she's not here. And I'll say she's been making a habit of, even when she's in the game, actively trying to skip classes. So, he's gonna, he'll look. He was like, I assume that Missouri is probably with her as well. We'll deal with them later. For right now, we will be learning how to maximize first level spells. And how to get that extra oomph. How to get that extra oomph out of your spells. Turns out there are actually ways to increase the amount of firepower in them, and to slightly increase the duration. As something that we've been working on in the R&D department.
Interesting.
Can't you get more firepower out of them by just simply upcasting them?
Yes, that is normally what you would be able to do, but to be able to cast a first level spell with second level damage, while still only expending the amount of mana needed for a first level spell. This is not something. Now, keep in mind, this is not something that we go around teaching to all the guards. This is something specifically expected of the students of the school. ISO is going to kind of speak up and say, so he was like, so it's unproven. He was like, so it's an unproven theory, and you just want to test it on us to see if it even works. He's going to, I say that Yormander is going to look at him and say, "You're a clever one, aren't you?" And he's going to say, "Yes." He was like, "Yes, technically, since you," he was like, "considering your," I was like, "considering the talents, the latent abilities that that each of you has, there is a pretty good chance that this theory should work, and it should work." I'll say it was like, and it should work, and we will. I'll say, and we will be testing that theory today with those who are able to cast. Now, first, I'll say he'll say first on the list as he starts going through, as he starts opening up his book. You will hear a banging on the closed door back in the back of the classroom.
No, we're going to be cock blocked out of plot power ups.
Is it Professor Snape?
There will, I'll say, he's going to. It's going to be like this. Sounds like erratic knocking, but there is a mild rhythm to it. You will see Yormander's face kind of go dour. It's like, not now. With that, the door will burst open with this blue arcane energy. As this young girl comes running in. She'll start running down. I was like, "Uncle, uncle, 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 uncle." And he will look, he was like, "Excuse me, class." He'll step over here and be like, "What is it?" She was like, "Look what I made." And she seems to she seems to have formed some sort of a what looks to be the beginnings of a fireball.
Hmm.
And she was like, I think I did it right. What do I do with it?
Oh no.
He's going to look with this like look of horror on his face. But also kind of encouraging. He was like, "That's a great job you did. So what we're going to do, class, this is a good learning experience. Can anyone tell me what spell this is?"
We have to roll, or
Can
since you told us, we know.
I'll say, well, I have said that for anyone who has access to that spell, you don't have to roll. For anyone who doesn't have access to that spell, Arcana.
I zoned out. What spell is it?
The character has to roll Arcana to find out. If you know Fireball, then you know what spell it is.
Oh no. Or Arcana. Boom. I do not know what that is.
At 20.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
All right. Jib. Let's see. Jib's obviously a little distracted, but takes a little bit longer. Say, I'll say she seems to be very confused along with Kiaz, but kind of is on the tip of her tongue but can't get it out.
It's not
Let's
time.
see. Okay. In which case, they are going to. They are going to go ahead. Everyone with a 12 or higher recognizes it immediately as recognizes it immediately as fireball. For the two nat 20s, for the two nat 20s, what you notice is this fireball. This fireball is upcast. It is far more powerful than it actually looks. It is far more powerful than it actually looks. For those two nat 20s, you will notice, you'll be able to tell that this fireball seems to have the strength of an 8th level spell.
Yeesh.
Damn.
Which is a bit confusing to the two of you, considering her age. Or at least what she appears to be.
Age doesn't denote power.
All right. She's gonna say, I want to do something with it, but I can't figure out what to do with it. And he's gonna be like, oh, okay. Would one of the members of the class be so kind as to open the window?
Your window on either side.
There's windows like everywhere. Oh, okay.
Take your pick.
We'll open window.
That's right. He's going to gently guide her over there. He's like, okay, come on. Be very careful with it. Nimbus and Lachlan, you can see this thing starting, and Moonlit Whisper as you're getting closer. You don't know what the spell is, but you can tell that it seems to be slowly becoming unstable.
Oh, nice.
As if it's about to explode in her hand.
I would like to prep a dispel, or hold an action for a dispel, and while they're moving to the window, signal the rest of the class they might want to get under their desk for cover.
Yeah, this is gonna get under his desk.
Yeah, Lachlan's gonna stay put.
ISO, you're going to see a bit of a shimmer to him, but it doesn't appear that he moves.
Okay.
Similar to Lachlan, D is going to turn around very excitedly and kind of be like tapping her foot as if she's just waiting for the explosion to happen. Kiyosha is going to get underneath the desk, as is Jib, but Jib is going to be trying to attempt to protect Kiaz. Jib sacrificed his life for friend Kiaz.
No, no need.
Do they got life insurance?
Clifford is still going to be snoring. He's going to point out the window. He's going to say, "You see the sky up there?" And she was like, "Yeah." throw that at the sun? It's going to make it really bright for a moment. He's like, throw it as hard as you can. And she's like, okay. And she's going to pull it back and throw the bead out the window. It's going to be about about 3-4 second delay.
What flavor?
And there's going to be a bright flash of light that comes through the windows, and then a rumbling as this massive shakes the room and puts a few cracks in some of the glasses.
Oof.
It is enough to blow some of the impact wind is enough to blow some of the papers off of your desk, Lachlan, along with Dee's desk. He's going to look and he's like, I'm so proud of you. You did such a great job. Now, if you could come over here, got to talk to you, okay? And she's gonna be like, oh, she was like, what is it, Uncle? What is it? Okay, so as you can see, I'm in the middle of class right now. I'm teaching these young ladies and gentlemen how to grow up. How to grow up and have strong capabilities so that they can one day help us defeat the demon king. And she was like, oh wow, the demon king. It was like, yes. He was like, and maybe one day when you grow up, you might be able to do the same thing. And she's gonna be like, really? I've always wanted. It was like I've been practicing my magic, and you said that I couldn't help. And he was like, you can help, just not right now. It was like this isn't something. He was like, this isn't something for someone like you. With that, he's like, well, and he'll turn around and look towards the class. Well, now that that's taken care of, back to class. And she's like, oh, I also made a book. He's going to sigh.
Does that mean class is over?
No, class is not over. We're just trying to be. He was like, we're just trying to be very encouraging of the next generation. He was like, darling Rain, what is it? And she was like, I wrote a book. And she was like, I made a book. Would you all like me to read it to you?
Yes.
No. No.
The sooner the class is over, the sooner we can get out of here.
So that's one yes, one no.
Let's install some time.
After school?
That's one yes.
After school?
Okay.
So one yes, two no's. David?
Bemusement. I abstain.
D will say, why aren't you? D will look and be like, well, aren't you? I'll say, well, you seem like a very talented, intelligent young lady. I, for one, would love to hear your story. Kiyosh will say, as much as I would love to hear your story, we do have class that we have to deal with. And Jib will say, yes, I am. It was like, also, I am in the mood for the learning of class. Although I am interested in the literature of one who can create such a terrifying spell. Clifford will snore. ISO in the back will say, "Nobody here cares about your stupid book."
Uh-oh.
He was like, "Nobody here cares about your stupid book. Everyone here is just trying." He was like, "Everyone here is just trying to be nice to you because you're related to the professor." He was like, "You're not." He was like, "You're not old enough to be useful, so please leave."
Oh,
You'll see her face start to tear up. The professor looks very uncomfortable, like he's trying to figure out what he should say in order to try to make her feel better.
can we
You guys
all
are much.
fight in the back?
Hmm?
Can we fight in the back?
You said, "Do you fight in the back?"
Yeah, but Lachlan wants to fight him.
I dare you make a child cry. Punch the face.
Yeah.
She's going to. I'll say she's going to start crying. Lachlan, you and Nimbus, because of your nat 20s carrying over to this, will begin to see. We'll begin to see like. Well, actually, both of you can kind of feel like a static in the air as she starts crying.
But can he punch it? Can he punch the person though?
Can we stab them?
That's. I mean, technically, I can't stop you from trying to stab him. But definitely going to get you in trouble. Definitely going to get you in trouble for attempting
We're not
to murder.
stabbing a kid.
I'm not going to find out. You don't have to tell anyone. It's a captain class. Let's hide the body. I know that's what
happens-
the other captain would say.
What happens in 5 days in class?
If you want to go and stab him, feel free, or hit him or whatever. You do as you are getting up to head towards him, you can like almost taste static on your tongue as you're walking through. The air is starting to feel a bit more thick.
I'm gonna crouch behind the desk.
Nimbus, what are you up to?
Roy will be one of the.
I'm gonna go try to calm the kid.
Okay. Kiaz, what are you doing?
Probably crawling out from under the desk after all this happened, looking at Jib Jib and being like, "Why are people so violent here?"
Was it the guy in glasses or the young boy in the back?
The guy in the row behind you.
Okay, he's gonna get a knife.
He's gonna get a knife. Wow.
I suggest you accompany this with a stealth roll, perhaps, and to stealthily knife him.
Is he? Is Lachlan just walking over to just attempt to stab him? Is he being blatant about it, or is he like trying to be discreet?
That's great.
You're an old D20. Yeah.
D20 plus whatever you have in stealth. I'll resolve this before you roll anything, Nimbus. Let me resolve this real quick.
Yes. It was stealth.
What was that?
Stealth should be right. Should be right underneath sleight of hand. It should be the second to last skill. Right above survival, but right below sleight of hand. on your sheet. I believe your stealth should be
Scroll down.
+3.
Nope, it's on the main. It's on the other main page. Scroll down.
Yeah.
It's in that box. Skills. Yeah. Read. They're in alphabetical order. You going? You going? You going?
Should be the second from the last. D20.
So what'd you get on the dice? Got an 18.
Yes.
Okay, so 21.
Okay.
Run bye.
Okay. All right. Doesn't appear as if he's paying attention to you. I must say, well, he sees you walking up to him. Can't seem to tell that you have ill intentions.
He doesn't need to know.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yep, that one. $13 on the dice.
Mhm.
Plus stealth alpha?
No. What do you have an actual dagger? So it's +7.
Okay.
The dagger +7.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you're stabbing her with. Stabbing her with.
He's trained in knifing.
You're probably gonna get expelled, but
Only people know.
He made a girl cry.
I must say.
If there's any questions about what kind of morals Future Boy has, we now know. Do not fuck with children.
So you said it was a 16 plus 7?
13 plus 7.
So 20? Okay. Roll damage for your weapon.
no. It says right there. Go back down to the weapon.
Yeah.
Where's the dagger?
Dagger is
1d4 plus 3.
Oh.
It's d4. Yep.
Okay.
So that's 3 plus 3, so 6 damage.
Cassandra.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say he's gonna kind of look at you. He's like, so what do you? Oh, you bastard!
That's what you get.
He's gonna look at you. He was like, I knew I couldn't trust you. He's like, I knew I couldn't trust your. He's like, I knew I couldn't trust being in school if you're kind. He's going to pull his hand back. I'll say he's going to pull his hand back as 7 glowing darts appear in the air above him.
Oh no. Counterspell, someone counterspell.
I'll say as that's going on, and Nimbus is making his way to the front.
You have counterspell.
Yes, I did.
I'll say Nimbus, you can go ahead and roll whatever you were going to try to roll.
Okay. Power of Therapy Dog. Go.
All right. I'll say she's still crying, but seems to be pretty happy with the chain smoking dog.
Everybody likes the chain smoking dog.
She Do you say anything in particular to her, or you just letting the dog just kind of
No,
do
just
it?
it's okay. People do want to hear your story. Just we're in the middle of class right now, so we have to finish our schoolwork, or else your uncle will be very mad at us. But after that, we can totally listen to your school book. Yeah.
She's gonna say, I suppose. She was like, yeah, I suppose you're right, but I was just really proud of it, and I just really wish that people would listen to my story. Um, After she says that, I'll say the energy in the room becomes incredibly thick as the book flies open. Piaz, the hair that you have starts to stand up as if someone's running like a balloon over your head. Moonlit Whisper, you can feel it as well. Pretty much all of you can feel this incredibly powerful surge of arcane energy completely filling the room, almost as if the air is becoming too thick to breathe.
Oh
Um, the book will, I'll say the book that she's holding will flip open as the words, Nimbus, you're close enough to it, you can see the words on the page begin glowing. As this bright light completely engulfs the room from the book.
Guys, it's Yoshiki Yugi. We're going to be isekai to an isekai.
We're in an isekai.
Come on, do the thing, do the thing. Are you taking so long to do the goddamn thing? Okay, there it goes.
Son of a storybook.
There we go.
Ooh, there. Someone. Where did he go?
The light fades away, and you all seem to be sitting at a table at an incredibly uncomfortably colorful venue.
Oh damn, guys, have you zoomed out of the map? Oh, that is good. Points to you, Brian. That is good.
As you all are sitting here at this table with a lavish spread, I'll say sitting around with a lavish spread.
I got small again.
I must say the crew.
Did I come in small, or does it just?
That's just the way the token dropped.
I do have the set size button attached to your token. If you want to click on your token,
I recall. Just trying. I don't have ownership on my. Oh, because I'm not on select. My bad.
I must say. So yes, you guys making your way here, you will see the only other two classmates who made it with you were Kyosh and D.
Kiaz is gonna look around and be like, Jib Jib? Jib Jib?
You don't see Jib Jib, but you do see these magical creatures eating ice cream.
Ice cream.
I must say, They are eating ice cream. D looks incredibly uncomfortable sitting in the middle of them. For the first time, she actually looks rattled. And she does not, must say, for the first time that since she was summoned here, she actually looks rattled and uncomfortable. What's going on? What are these things?
We're in an isekai.
They're so cute. Oh God. She's gonna run over here. She's gonna run over here and be like, it was like, you. She's gonna grab a hold of Kiosk. She was like, go kill them.
Have they done something to warrant killing?
Look at them. They're freaks.
I don't think they look any more freaky than you look.
You ever
I must
follow
say,
the points?
She looks. This is the thing. They don't. I must say the picture that I showed you is exactly what they look like.
Oh yeah, but
I must say,
to Kiosk, everyone looks weird
yeah.
except Moonlit Whisper.
Oh, really?
I'll say,
Yeah, because you also have humanoid features and animal parts.
That's true.
I'll say they technically look like they do look exactly the way that they appear. They look like doodles.
Oh, okay. Do we look like doodles?
No, you. As far as you're concerned, you look normal. You all look normal to each other.
Are we in a third? So we look normal, so we don't look two-dimensional.
As far as you can tell, you don't. You look normal to yourself, just like you can assume they look normal to themselves.
Yeah, I think those are kind of cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
It's a good thing Artemis isn't here. She would probably want to try to keep one. Fuck. Uh, how do we get back?
Well, obviously we have to get to the end of the book.
We don't know we're in a book, as far as I can tell.
You do not know yet, no.
Whisper's gonna try one of the foods on the table.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Can I roll an investigation to pick up on the obvious? So that a little girl was crying, there was magic of sparks, and she was complaining about being a book, and then we were sucked into a book.
Arcana or investigation?
And now we're surrounded by cartoon ponies?
Arcana or investigation?
Okay. Yeah, that didn't feel like that much of a deductive leap with the cartoon ponies, but...
Arcana will tell you exactly what happened. Investigation will help you deduce what happened.
Have about the same. Same. You want to roll Arcana or investigation?
Oh. I don't know.
Yep. Oh. Let's see which do you have higher in?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, 20.
You have one in each, so
That worked out well.
Chris has an 18 in whichever one you want to give him.
Okay. Cool. I'll say, just making sure before I give a result, is Moonlit Whisper making a roll?
The eating some food, sure.
Okay. Cool. I'll say, it's okay. I'm like, you don't have to. I was just asking if you want to. Right. Okay. Cool. all of you except for I'll say all of you except for Kiaz. Okay, let's see. I'll say, just so we can have a different idea as to what happened, I will go ahead and say that Lachlan's was Arcana. Um, Moonlit Whisper and Nimbus, you put together from looking around and investigating that I'll say something some that you didn't fully notice at first, but upon even putting forth a fraction of an effort to basically like, I don't think this is normal. And the moment that you realize that this isn't normal, you realize that this isn't normal. Because these trees, they do seem to be cut off, and there seems to be a black wall on all four sides of you. That you do not see farther off into this forest that you're pretty sure you're in. It's just some sort of abstract wall that you know is there, even though you can't see it. You know that you're basically boxed into this area. With that, the overly erratic, colorful scenery and the doodle ponies, you realize that somehow you are in a story. You somehow are in a story that the story that she wrote that she was so proud of. Lachlan, with your Arcana, you are able to deduce that she casts Wish and wished that you all would be able to hear her story.
Every day. It's again.
You are aware that you are aware that with your investigation and Arcana rolls together, you're able to deduce that, hey, Wish normally should not be able to pull something of this extent. You are able to pull together that similar to the fireball that was out of control. Something about her magic, something about her magic capabilities, although they are strong, they do seem to be have some sort of effect of wildness to its magic. So whatever she did does not seem to be within her control. She just seems to want to do something, and it happens. At least in regards to this spell that has been put on. You are able to deduce that the way out of this book is to the end of the book, unless one of you has the wish spell as well.
Anybody have the wish spell?
I seriously doubt it, since that's 9th level magic.
That's a bit out of my league.
And you have to be a 17th level character to even have a chance of having that.
I don't even think I can learn it.
I believe
the
that
only
is
one who might be able to learn it is Ezrin, and even then, I don't think he's a high enough level to even come close since he multiclassed.
It depends on how many levels we actually get, but yeah.
I'm about to say Kyoshi is going to ask you guys. So you guys seem to be staring pretty intently and talking to one another. Anyone want to share with the rest of the class what's going on here?
We got sucked into the little girl's storybook, and now we got to get to the end if we want to get back out.
D is going to be like, seriously? The ponies are going to finish their ice cream, and they're going to look up at you and say, it was like, yay, the friends are here. Friendly, friendly, friendly friends. They're gonna eat ice cream with us. Moonlit Whisper, as you are picking up food to eat, you do hear almost this ethereal voice. As the young cat boy picks up the food, he eats it and it tastes delicious. The food doesn't look that delicious. Looks pretty bland.
It may look bland, but
Are you gonna eat it?
yes.
Okay. It is quite possibly one of the greatest things you've ever tasted.
Power of wish.
The food is so delicious, he wants to eat more.
What is the recipe? How much yeast did you use?
I'm gonna say, so while you guys are trying to figure out a way out of here, and Moonlit Whisper is eating,
So good.
and D seems to be cowering behind Kiaz. I'm gonna say she's upon hearing that, I'm gonna say upon hearing that, for Nimbus and for Nimbus and for Lachlan, you both once you hear that voice, you look. I'm gonna say you feel. I'm gonna say following the voice, you look up into the sky, and you see that young lady's face.
Oh no, that's creepy.
Oh wow! You guys really wanted to hear my story. I'm so thankful.
Where did the other guy go? The one I stabbed.
You stabbed someone? She looks very
Apparently, he gets us
concerned.
out of the book.
She
Yeah,
looks
I
very
stabbed
concerned.
him.
You stabbed someone. That's a bad thing?
Well, he made you cry.
Yeah, but we don't want to hurt people just because they hurt me.
Or at least he's bleeding or died.
So,
She
about
looks
this
at-
book.
I'm gonna say she was like, oh yeah, the book. Make me a deception roll.
Yes, I am good at this.
Okay. Your deception is able to distract her from the fact that someone got stabbed because of her.
Whew. Whisper is really good with people. Usually.
I'll say because something was about to happen. You could start to see like rain clouds start to form until you said something.
So are we rescuing a lost giant unicorn ascending a tower to save someone from a troll?
Ooh. She was like, ooh, it's almost like you've read this. It's almost like you've read this story before. Wait. Hold on. I wanna do the story. I wanna do this. Don't spoil it for him. He was like, don't spoil it for him, Mr. Cat Person. It was like, okay, so I'm gonna read the story for you. So once upon a time, there was a party with lots of unicorns, and the unicorns had ice cream, and they set a table for the heroes who had saved the world already from the demon lord. Yeah, and all of the unicorns, they were cheering because the heroes had brought them chocolate ice cream. It was their favorite ice cream. Isn't that right? And the unicorns are like, yay. Yay! And the land was so beautiful, and the color came back to the land because trees are purple and pink and lavender and pretty colors. So, and the unicorns made the entire world colorful and vibrant again. But suddenly, one of the evil members of the general of the one of the evil generals of the demon lord's army showed up. The evil kitty wizard.
Huh?
Because it got a nutsack on its face.
It does.
I'll say
Shell's drawing.
I'll say the evil kitty wizard shows up and he says, "Oh, it is because of the unicorns that the demon lord could not focus on his battle with the heroes, and therefore their colorfulness and ice creams distracted him and he was defeated. Therefore, if I get rid of the unicorns, then the heroes shall not be able to stop us from resurrecting the demon lord. I shall cast a spell and they shall all disappear." It's magic.
Yeah,
Counterspell.
I'm gonna stab the kitty. I'm
Oh
gonna stab you.
no! Come on.
I'm gonna stab you neck. Kitty.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna put you down.
Unfortunately, the kitty wizard was too fast with his magic, and the unicorns went away. Oh no, they disappeared. And then the kitty said, "If you wish to find them, find me in the forest." And I'm gonna say, there are things that await you, but be warned, there are many trials and tribulations that await you in the forest of perpetual doom. Ignore the colors.
I like how she knows a big word, perpetual.
And now, with the unicorns being taken away by the evil wisdom, by the evil kitty wizard, the heroes they enjoyed a bit of food, but then after they finished eating the food, they went to go and save the day once more. I'll say, D is going to be like, "What the hell is going on?" She's going to point at the stage where the cat was.
I thought it was pretty clear what was going on. The evil kitty wizard just kidnapped the unicorns.
She's going to kind of look at you like one eye twitching, like mouth agape, kind of like, it just makes sense to you.
I didn't say it made sense. I just said that's what happened.
Okay, so I didn't read fairy tales growing up. Anyone know what we're supposed to do next?
I told us. We have to go rescue the unicorns. We have to go through the woods.
We have to save those things.
Yep.
Have you not seen an animal before?
Not a unicorn. I've just heard I've heard tale of those horrendous things.
He's probably not the only one that was read children's books as a child.
No, sorry.
I didn't know what the name was for them in common. I only knew them as.
Actually, is that a language? Is that a language I understand?
Right?
It's abyssal.
Tasmanian.
Of which I know.
Yeah.
Yep, I know 3 languages. Abyssal is one of them.
Abyssal is Kiaza's native tongue.
Well, then you speak it way You speak it way better than Moonlit does.
Yeah.
I'll say it was like she's gonna Kyosha's gonna say, well, if we are the chosen heroes, we are we're not just the heroes of the world. We are also the heroes of this child's imagination. And for her to be able to continue with her creativity, we we must save the world so that she can actually have a world to grow up in.
I'm still disappointed she didn't bring Jib Jib into the story. Jib Jib would have liked this.
Jib would have.
D is going to be like, I wish Jib Jib was here instead of me. Why am I here?
Is Kyosh a native or a hero?
Kyosh is Kyosh is a native.
Okay.
D is the only hero who is the only other hero who came here from the NPCs.
That's not true. The other two that Kiaz met on the first day were I'm
Seth and. Yeah, I'm saying D is the only one that is in the story currently. I'll say is currently with you guys who was summoned.
Oh,
well, NPCs. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'll say the 4 heroes that were summoned, that are NPCs: Seth, D, Minerva, and Iso.
Okay.
But Iso isn't here. Seth wasn't in class. Minerva wasn't in class. All right.
They're already in the book.
Now,
we're gonna have to save them.
Nimbus, you were nearby. I don't suppose you caught a glimpse of any sentences or pictures that would let us know what kind of ice cream monsters might be in the Forest of Perpetual Doom. If you can't tell, I'm hoping it's just going to be ice cream monsters.
Somehow I think it'd be scarier than ice cream monsters, but not by much.
Oh, but so you weren't able to glance at the book at all before all this went down, since you were close by?
No, we were just talking. I didn't actually look at the...
Well, I think then we should probably see if we can turn the page. As Mila is saying this, he's like scooping up solid food into his bag because it's really good food. Maybe walking to the edge of the page will do it.
Okay. Do you walk to the edge of the page?
Just apple juice. Drink.
Apple juice? All right. So the pathway seems to be up here.
So I met you good as place as any to start.
All right. So everyone's going to head over in that general direction.
Yes, though I do want to pick up this pillow.
Okay. Okay, you pick up the pillow. It is incredibly soft and fluffy and amazing.
Good. Oh, is that a book? Is that a book of the book that we're in?
No.
Is that Bookception?
No, it's not. Hey, we need to read the story to see how it ends. Not gonna spaceball your way out of this one. Okay. I assume that you head over here as well. All right. As you make your way over there, you will hear as they begin as the heroes begin their perilous journey through the forest of perpetual doom. They eventually reach they eventually reach something really scary, so scary. I don't know how they're gonna get through it, but they're gonna have to because they're heroes.
I want to give the GM experience.
But as they go down the path, they can only go down the path. They can't cut through the trees or anything. They have to go down the path, and the path is covered with spider webs. There's so many spider webs.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, you keep going small.
That's because Brian did all the maps before I.
I just assume he shrinks. He's like, spiders no shrink.
But I am.
Now, what lures out spiders?
Kiosk will shrink though.
Hmm.
If he's gonna look up and be like, hey, narrator, can I get tiny?
Oh, you can do that? You can get. Oh, that's right. You do look like kind of a bug thing. Oh, that's cool. So then, I'll say, then the strange little blue boy, what he does is his body shrinks and he goes really tiny, so he looks exactly like a bug thing. He's like, wow, 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 wow. So when you shrink, that's actually the sound that you make currently is wow, 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 wow.
Hmm. Can I make an acrobatics roll to, like, with a flourish, leap and vault through the spidery webs, trying not to touch them and alert the spiders to the blood juices inside me.
Oh, okay. I need stealth rolls from everyone.
That's good. I better myself anyway.
Can mine be an advantage?
Acrobatics can work too.
Can mine be an advantage since I'm just gonna fly over them? Or
Well, I'm gonna say, let's see, either stealth or acrobatics for Kiaz, because the webs. I'm gonna say you seem to be limited in your ceiling space. I'm gonna say you seem to be limited in your ceiling space. It's like the webs aren't just on the ground. It just kind of seems to be this like this wall of webbing.
oh no. We'll call that stealth. A total of a 6.
Oh no.
Hold on a minute.
Okay. And I need one for Lachlan.
I think he's working on it.
But I got a 12 and what's the one?
No. This
Matt,
dice.
you can re-roll.
Okay. I got a 16 plus what am I adding?
Stealth or acrobatics, whichever is higher.
Yeah,
Got me
Matt,
up
you
to
can
a
re-roll yours.
Yep. That got me up to a 12.
There we go.
Still not great.
It's better than 6.
It is better than 6.
Well, they're both the same. I'll just do acrobatic. 18.
18.
Yeah.
Two brackets. Yeah, you gotta do one on both sides, like a box. Boom.
Okay. So, I'll say, Kyosh seems to be easily navigating. I'll say seems to be easily navigating these spider webs like no problem whatsoever.
Love and blood.
As does Lachlan, Nimbus, and I'll say Nimbus and Fenrir seem to. I'll say you guys. It's a bit more difficult for you, but you do manage to evade through the webbing as you are making your way through it. I'll say taking your time. However, I'll say for D, Kiaj, and Moonlit Whisper, they end up, I'll say, a variety of bumping into the webbing or stepping on it by accident. The webbing, although sticky, seems to feel like actual wire. It doesn't seem to feel like actual webbing. Almost feels like plucking a guitar string. Sticky guitar string.
Hmm.
Must say. But the heroes, as they were going down the path, they ended up touching the spider webs, and thus out came out came the really angry spider.
Those red eyes tell me it's like a CR-17. You need to run.
They were so angry. They were so angry at the fact that they showed up in their home. They were like, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here."
Mm,
Yeah, you're supposed to be here too.
they're not angry at me.
I will
Joke's
need
on you,
to
they're
be
not
right
beasts, they're
back. I need to hit
cartoons.
the
They're
bathroom.
not beautiful cartoons. This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms.
Um, these these spiders turning to look at all of you. Are you here? Are you here to save the unicorns? The spiders said.
Yes.
Oh, well, we can't allow that because the demon lord put us here because we're big and scary and people are afraid of spiders because we got so many legs and it's like la 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 la. And we crawl on your ceilings and hide underneath your beds and things. And right now we're in your face and we're really big because she thought that making really big spiders would be even really scarier. So
Huh.
So we're really big spiders, and you should be afraid of us. And you should turn
No.
around and go back now and give up on saving the unicorns. I'll say they're going to kind of wave their two front legs in the air. And it's like, do you give up yet?
No.
As expected of the heroes would never give up. So now we must fight because that is what heroes and villains do. As initiative begins.
I roll shit with this dice again. It's going in dice. It's going in dice. Okay, so you add your initiative modifier, which should be at the top of your page.
So
Let's see. Mm-hmm.
There aren't any tokens currently on this page to take a turn. So,
And a back. What a miss. Did the spider eat us?
Oh, but they are throwing hands.
Ah, thank you, Roll20, for giving me exactly average. That's better than you normally do.
boom. I rolled a 5, and Kias is 4.
So,
I imagine we have one round of combat in us before we head to bed.
no problem. That's about what I was expecting. Technically, I will admit, I'm surprised you made it to map 2. Like, this went way faster than I thought it was. I'm not upset about it. Jesus fuck. Okay. Fenrir, as he goes at the same time as you, I assume, right?
If Henry goes at the same time I do.
Okay. Top of the round. Nimbus.
Okay.
They look very angry and very scary.
Huh.
Yeah, hand. They're spiders.
I'm going for my next meal.
Hmm?
Then my next meal.
Okay.
When you
So
have
after you're done attacking, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Hmm.
Fenrir's gonna also because I'm gonna be moving him. Wisdoms of 22 and 23. 22 and 15 to hit. As I just take the giant sword off my back and start swinging.
All right. 22 hits, the 15 misses. The puppy shank also hits.
I need to re-roll that one. Okay, so 11, so that's 16 damage on the one that hit.
Okay.
What's the spell, right? You just have to be able to put the radius
That
in a
hurt.
way
You were
that
supposed
doesn't
to,
hurt
that hurt. You're
everyone.
not supposed to be hurting us. We're supposed to be hurting you.
Alright. Yeah.
And they have to make a strength
There's
save
no
versus being
roll
knocked prone by
on your
Fenrir.
end. They have to make a roll.
Okay.
So they roll first, and then you roll the damage.
Dang. Strength save. The 12.
They beat the 12, so they do not go prone.
Okay. They use, I'll say, despite getting slashed and attacked, the spiders and their creepy little legs manage to stay, manage to stay afoot as they balance themselves to keep from being knocked prone. These spiders, however, this one runs over here. These two will stay guard. See.
So we're only doing the one round, so I don't have to roll for the next round.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And I'll say one of them is heading directly for you, Moonlit Whisper.
Okay.
All right. As they as both of them take 2 attacks at you.
Remember what happened the last time someone tried to attack me?
Yes, that guy was squishy and he died.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll be able to pirouette out of the way.
Okay. I assume the same for Nimbus. 18 doesn't hit you.
Nope, that's a miss.
Okay.
I'll block with the
All right.
giant sword.
Right. As these spiders are doing that, this one is going to, he's going to do something that doesn't actually involve him moving.
Laser webs.
I'll say, Does a 22 hit Fenrir? Does a 22 hit Lachlan?
22, I'm pretty sure hits Lachlan.
22 would hit Fenrir.
Yeah, it definitely hits Lachlan.
Okay.
Your AC is a 16, so 22 is higher than 16.
I'll say as webbing is being shot at both of them.
So 22 and 22 both hit Fenrir.
Well, 20 one's at Fenrir, one's at Kia. Oh, well, I'll say one's at Fenrir, the other one's at Lachlan. So
Okay.
that means he would get hit with a webbing, which let's see, webbing. Target is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check, bursting the webbing on a success. The webbing can also be destroyed. It is vulnerable to fire, but immune to bludgeoning, poison, and psychic damage. So you literally can't talk your way out of it. Right. So Lachlan is considered restrained. I believe he can try to cut himself out of it or burn himself out of it or make a strength save. I must say make a strength check to break out of it.
Cantrip. Let's see what he is.
Useful flame.
Yeah.
Lachlan get an initiative of 0.6.
He has 13.6.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm just wondering where 0.6 came from.
13.16.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say, 'cause it's supposed to be your
Okay.
dex bonus. So I didn't think he had a dex of 60.
Okay.
Well, I mean, hey, he has a dex of 60, okay? Like, just go with it.
I'll go with it, but I want to know how he did it so I can replicate it later.
Yeah.
Produce flame.
You just cast produce flame. I don't think it has to hit.
No, you can just cast it and it'll just burn through it.
Yeah, he's produce flame to burn what I'm stuck in.
Okay.
That's your action. So you have a bonus action left and a movement if you want.
Yeah.
Can I hit them?
I must say. You can move through
Your action to burn.
Who else needs?
you can move through these webs. You can move through these webs at half movement in order to keep from getting caught.
You can also Misty Step.
Unless you have something that helps you avoid difficult terrain.
You can Misty Step as a bonus action, and then move up to half your movement.
And
to try to get past it.
Usually, if you use Misty Step, obviously Brian could rule otherwise, but usually if something's holding you and you use Misty Step, you can get out of it without having to, waste your action. You're just teleporting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you teleport, you'd still have if you use Misty Step to teleport as a bonus action, you'd still have your action to take an attack or something if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Misty Step.
Yeah, you can Misty Step. That's going to cost you mana, but.
So you can use Misty Step, get out of it, and you still have your regular action available. So if you Misty Step, then the webbing just kind of falls to the ground.
Okay.
Misty Step.
What is that doing, man?
What?
Misty Step.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You.
All right. So
what attack would you like to do, babe?
I would like to do
Control Spear.
I'm actually.
Well, I want to do Ice Storm just to get rid of the spiders.
Okay. You do Ice Storm.
But everyone's in the way.
Hold on. Wait, where's the Ice Storm?
So yeah, Ice Storm might be a bit much for this, given that they're all tightly clustered around us. But you might be able to get those two in the back line with it.
Oh yeah, you could get it. You could shoot over here, baby.
That?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
two are just hanging out in the back.
Okay, use that.
Is that something that he rolls, or is there a save?
Ice Storm, I think, is a saving throw.
Go in your spells.
And then hover over that and click on the, not that one. Click on the, go back up. Click on the info and click on the little
Yeah, Ice Storm
chat
is a deck save,
button.
Brian.
Okay, Dex.
The chat,
All right.
click the chat button. Thank you.
Right.
Run.
What is? Let's see. See what
Should
his
be
spells.
local. I don't get why it's not.
I assume that's a burst.
It is it's not posting. Hold on.
Yeah, we've been having issues in this game with the attack spells actually generating their attacks.
That's okay. I'm looking at Ice Storm now. Let's see. It
Yeah, 2d8
is
bludgeoning, 46 cold.
20-foot radius. Okay, yeah, that's enough to catch them. All right.
So
Click on the name.
Go ahead and make their deck saves.
Did not work. No, it's not working.
it worked for me.
Even pressing it doesn't work.
Look,
Yeah, Sierra and I have been running into that bug too, and it doesn't necessarily apply to every spell, which is really annoying.
All right. Okay, so they both fail.
And sometimes it'll work. You can't use it on the spell page, but if you use it on the attack page on your from the attack section on the first page, sometimes it'll work there.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So. Pretty good. All right. I think I can roll. I can put down. I'll put down an area of effect thing. Mm-mm. Okay. That entire area is hazardous terrain. I'll say it's difficult terrain, but instead of being webbing, it is now ice. As the spiders are like, ah, it's cold. Ah, why would you do that to us? We didn't do anything to you. All we did was shoot webbing at you. So mean.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Right.
There's spiders. Right.
Yosh will run over here. Nimbly pirouetting through the webbing. Obviously a bit thrown off by what she's dealing with is punching and kicking as this spider with all of its legs are using its 8 legs to defend against her. Using its 8 limbs to defend against her 4.
Oh no! All it knows how to do is parry.
Oh, that's a shitty first showing. Thank you, Roll20.
I can sympathize.
Moonlit Whisper.
Okay. First thing is very important. Okay, good.
Oh.
It is a wisdom save because these are spiders, and I'm afraid of spiders. Because he is arachnophobic. He will totally pull a Sierra and be like, hey, can someone draw that spider over there? It's on my desk. Okay. With that, being able to kind of heal himself, though he is kind of leaning away a bit. He will unfurl the spiked chain that is around his arm under his sleeve, and go in for the strike. Oh, holy shit!
Okay, that definitely hits a lot.
Okay, if it exceeds their AC by 10 or greater, it does an additional 3 damage.
You said if it beats them by what or more?
Beats their AC by 10 or more.
Okay. Exactly beats them by 10.
Nice. Also, if I have is this a bonus? It is a bonus. Okay, I will throw on some Hoarfrost.
Okay. So how much would that be?
If Hoarfrost's 7, so yep.
All right. The spider, as the spider screams in pain, is like, "Oh my god, it's so cold! Why is everyone using cold stuff? Ah, everyone's using ice. Why are they using so much ice? Don't you know fire or lightning or poison or acid?" Kiaz.
Okay. Kiaz is going to use. I can use a bonus action thing as an action, yes?
No,
No, I cannot.
unless we're house ruling that by rules as written. No.
Okay. That's fine. Is shifting my size a thing? Where is my size shift? It is. Oh, I can use my action to go back to big. Okay. So I'm going to use my action to turn back into my big self.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to empower my tattoo.
Okay. Wah. The boldest of hearts and biggins the smallest man. As Kiaz grew 3 sizes that day. All right. As he is powered up, he is going to back up a bit.
Oh,
The idea is going to back up a bit. Going to hold her arm. I'll say hold her right arm out, and hold her I'll say now hold her left arm out. Hold her right arm back. as she untenses her right hand, Moonlit Whisper, you will hear a something that sounds like a twang of string, as you will see something, and I'll say as you will see a hole appear in the side of this thing, as if it has just been shot.
Interesting.
The da, 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 da. What? And this will thing.
Oh, I'll get it. Get your breath. Oh.
I'll say, as the spider, I'll say, as after getting hit with something, the spider seems to be very woozy and starts coughing. I'll say she's gonna D is gonna say, huh, surprised that worked here in this world.
What was that?
She's gonna be like, poison. But who knew you could poison a spider? All right.
Huh.
I'm saying with that.
As a mental note to use clear glasses around her if he ever has drinks with her.
All right. I'm saying with that, we will continue next time as they continue through the force of perpetual doom. In their attempt, to save the unicorn ponies and bring back peace. I'm saying restore the freshly created peace to the lands.
Alrighty.
All right. Oh,
You guys have a good night.
all right. Thank you. Sleep well.